Who the fuck keeps letting Andrew Scheer have a camera? Like, what the fuck is this?
I'm so glad we locked Vladdy down.
Okay, first of all, who believes that man actually watches hockey and drinks beer? My guess is that he's probably drinking White Claw and is one of those people that if he sits and watches a sports game, he's just like, oh, team, and has no clue what the fuck's going on. Anyways, proceed.
You guys aren't texting again, are you? I thought this was over, man. I mean, you said you were out.
Really? They're gonna use the whole, like, don't get back with your ex thing. Okay, first of all, Andrew Scheer, there was nobody in your entire life that ever fucking called you and begged you to come back to them, okay? So the fact that you think you know anything about dealing with a needy ex is hilarious. But yeah, let's go with this needy ex angle and see where it goes.
You were telling me how terrible the last 10 years were. As a friend, I barely even recognize you anymore.
You're our friend? Yeah, sure, that's a great analogy. Yeah, you've been friend zoned for the last 10 years, and I'm pretty sure at this point you're going to be friend zoned for quite a few more years after that. At least 4, maybe 8. Because nobody wanted you, Andrew. Nobody. Not even the conservatives. They booted your ass and replaced you. He's seriously going with the whole, like, best friend angle. Like as if he's going to be the one that, like, tries and talks us from not going back to our ex. What he's really doing is showing us that he's the nice guy, the friend zone guy, right? The guy that we never want to get with. The one that just keeps us, like, from doing stupid shit, right? But we'll never actually date because we have absolutely no vibe with them that way. We are not attracted to them. We don't want that in our lives. We don't want them friggin' being the person that we have to live with on a day-to-day basis, all right? So, great analogy, Andrew, but it's not going the way you think it is.
You lost your house. They drained your bank account. You maxed out 3 credit cards. You couldn't even afford groceries.
The irony of a fucking rich conservative trying to understand what a Canadian who struggles with money on a daily basis actually goes through, this is fucking hilarious. Because in nowhere in any of the conservatives' friggin' policies in the last 10 years have they offered a single thing that actually would help with a maxed out bank account, with not being able to afford groceries, with not being able to pay your fucking bills. But please, act like you're the fucking alternative, like you're the nice guy that's going to fix things for us.
And the drugs, man. And we're not talking about half a joint after the kids go to sleep to take the edge off the day. We're talking meth.
Oh, good God, did he really act like he fucking smokes weed? Every time a conservative brings in a new leader, they bring in the same type of guy. The kind of guy that you could have sold a bag of oregano to back in high school and they would have believed it was weed, that they would have smoked it and acted like they're fucking high. But he's pretending like he smokes half a joint before he goes to bed. Too fucking funny. I love that they keep bringing up the fact that the federal government helped BC have a pilot project, which, by the way, is a successful pilot project. If you save one fucking life, it's a successful pilot project. But they keep bringing it up as it's this horrible thing that the government went and allowed a pilot project to decriminalize drugs in order to help people. But sure, keep going, bud. This is really going in your way, isn't it?
I mean, that's not you. Oh, they've changed. Yeah, right. Of course they're going to say that. They're going to say anything they think you want to hear. And then guaranteed, within a month, it's going to be right back to the same old stuff.
You know, this whole concept that parties never change, that just because they change their leader, then they're not any different, is ridiculous. Because then that you could say the same. I mean, Andrew Scheer's Harper's guy. Aaron O'Toole was Harper's guy. Pierre Poilievre is Harper's guy. So if you were not happy about the Harper government and ended up voting them out and having Trudeau for the last 10 years, why would you go back to the Conservative Party then? Because they're not any different either. All they've done is change their guys. I mean, sorry, I shouldn't say that. They have changed. They've gone more to the far alt-right than they've ever been. So really and truly, maybe it is possible when you have a different leader to change. I guess the conservatives have changed. They've gone fucking like Trumpy. They've gone alt-right. And I don't want that. I don't know about the rest of you, but I certainly don't want a fucking Trump government. Look how well they're doing right now. But yeah, like pretend like a leader doesn't change a party.
And guaranteed they're going to be asking you for money again. What about all those foreign students living in the basement? And that weird arrangement with that guy from Burnaby for 2 years?
You know, right now, the gas, the cheaper gas is about the only thing that Canadians are happy about. It's about the only thing that's giving us a little bit of relief with all of the bullshit that's going on, you know. But yeah, you're going to make fun of it and you're going to act like we should be pissed off that we suddenly have cheaper gas. Go on. And really? The foreign students? The foreign students. Talk about being fucking racist. You know, the foreign students were the only things that were keeping the universities going in Ontario. You know, under a conservative government decided to underfund them. And now that we have less foreign students coming into Ontario, they're having to shut down programs, which is affecting the Canadian students that live here too. You know, because when the foreign students were cut back because everyone bitched and complained about immigration and everything else, and then the numbers had to be reduced by the Liberal government, the Conservative government in Ontario didn't fucking step up and replace the funds that would be missing from those foreign students that were paying for the programs in the universities. So now the universities are suffering. But please continue to go on about how awful everything is under a Liberal government.
What was that about? Man, if you think that this is going to be any different than the last 10 years, it's not. This is who they are. Don't be fooled. It's up to you, man. Offshore tax havens? Dude, Bermuda.
Yeah, and how many offshore fucking tax accounts does Stephen Harper have? Well, how many do you have? I mean, you guys are all fucking wealthy, elite, you know, rich guys and stuff like that. So you're not you're telling me that you don't have a few offshore accounts? Especially because aren't you American, Andrew? Pretty sure you're American. And Canadians never seem to have a problem with that, but yet everyone seems to be so upset that Carney actually worked for a U.S. company and lived in the United States for a while, but nobody seemed to have a problem when you were fucking doing it. But yeah, you know, pull up a bunch of bullshit that has nothing to do with Carney because he's not Brookfield. It's a company that he worked for. So whatever the fuck that they did before, during, and after him, nobody cares about except a bunch of idiots that are so desperate to dig up anything because the man's so friggin' squeaky clean that you will make up shit that we are supposed to be outraged about. But please continue, Mr. I have dual citizenship in both Canada and the United States. Of course, the fucking commercial ends with Andrew Scheer, the Conservative Party, popping up in your DMs now that you're, you know, now that you're single, right? Going back to that whole, hey, we friend zoned you for the last 10 years, so now you're in our DMs begging us to give you a chance, even though we haven't wanted you. Like I said, I knew this was not going to go in the direction that he thought he would. Trust me, I will continue to friend zone you. And even if the world loses their goddamn mind and somehow the Conservatives end up winning, I am never, ever, ever going to call any of you my government. I will still fight every fucking day to make sure that you guys don't screw over Canadians. Like, seriously, what the fuck was that entire commercial? Like, who gave Andrew Scheer permission to do this? Like, isn't PP, like, controlling every single aspect of his goddamn campaign? And he let that out? Like, that is embarrassing. I thought Pierre Poilievre was embarrassing with that whole John A. McDonald commercial where he was talking to the bust. But that's even worse. That is worse. And they actually thought it was a good idea to release that. That is the most desperate shit I've ever seen. And again, it just makes them come off like the friend zone dude that is so desperate to get with us. Even though we know that in reality, he's just a red pill friggin' incel loser. Because that's what the Conservatives have turned into. Like, seriously, it is all angry fucking men, like, that are siding with the Conservatives now. Because they need to, you know, they need to blame feminists, and they need to blame immigrants, and they need to blame fucking the LGBTQ community and everything else, you know. I mean, I see it every day in my comments. It is just angry, nasty people. The actual progressive conservatives of this country are probably voting for Mark Carney because they can't even stand PP. I don't even think the people that are voting conservative can like PP. Even the PP supporters don't like PP, okay? Oh my god. That was exactly what I needed to start my Sunday off, was making fun of that.